So, Jason, the state Democratic Party's meeting in Madison this weekend, and after some turmoil following the election, what do the Dems need to accomplish this weekend?
Well, what they need to accomplish more than anything is get a series of candidates and a message that can resonate outside of Madison. So they're certainly going to be on very friendly and comfortable territory here this weekend, but they're going to need to find people and messages that reach out beyond Dane County and to some of the rural areas where Donald Trump outperformed Hillary Clinton in November.
And you talked about finding candidates. They still really need to identify a candidate to run against Governor Walker next year.
That would be a good candidate to have.
That'd
correct.
Be a good start.
There are two big marquee statewide contests in 2018. The one, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin is running for re-election, so that's good. Check marks on U.S. Senate. But on the race for governor, which is such an important race for the future of the state, the Democrats have not really yet fielded a credible candidate, and that is they have some people that are kicking the tires on it. State Representative Dana Wachs, Andy Gronick, a Milwaukee businessman, but they need to seal the deal and probably need to have various options, more than one option, for their voters to consider.
So reasonably speaking, what's the time frame to stand up a candidate to run against an incumbent governor?
Oh, that's a great question, David. I mean, Scott Walker, our current governor, really ran in 2006, dropped out of that race, and started running a shadow campaign for governor almost immediately after the person that beat him in the GOP primary, Mark Green, lost to then Governor Jim Doyle. I mean, he really ran for governor almost for 4 or 5 years continuously, depending on how you look at it. But certainly you need more than a year to put together a credible campaign for governor, and some of it depends on how much money you have of your own and how much you have to go out and raise from donors.
Mm-hmm. So we also have a race for state Democratic chair. Martha Laning, the incumbent, is running. Brian Kennedy is another of the candidates. Where does that look to be headed at this point? Are there any early indications?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, I think to a certain extent, Lanning's decision to run again suggests that she feels like that she can get together the votes to hold on to another term. At the same time, however, while she's been Democratic Party chairwoman, it's not been a good period for Democrats in the state of Wisconsin. And certainly, in November, you have Donald Trump and Ron Johnson, who were, candidates for U.S. Senate and president that many people saw as very beatable candidates, win their elections. And so obviously, there are people within her party that are very unhappy about those outcomes and see, her as at least, having a hand in them or certainly failing to lead to a better outcome.